Hello everyone. In the previous session, we were talking about the rows and column shelves in Tableau and how can we use them to create different kind of visualizations. In this session, we'll be talking about the importance of swapping in these rows and columns shelves. So let's go to the Tableau screen and see how can we do the swapping over here. So here we are working with a global superstore dataset, and to create any kind of visualization, we have seen that we can use this show me menu, which has different kind of visualizations. Now, let's say I want to create any kind of visualization and I'm just dragging and dropping my data, which is the dimensions and the measures in these rows and column shelves to see what kind of visualization it is trying. For example, let me drag this subcategory in the column shelf and the profit in the row shelf. And as we can see, it has created a vertical bar graph for. Now, swapping means that whatever data, or it can be in the form of dimension or measure, is present in the row shelf, you have to put that in the column shelf, and whatever data is present in this column shelf, you have to bring it in the row shelf. This can be done by simply dragging and dropping the values like this. So I will bring this profit in the column shelf and I can bring this subcategory in the row shelf. So this is one of the ways of swap, but you don't want to perform swapping like this when you have huge amount of data. In that case, we have this shortcut over here to swap the data between the rows and column shelf. You can click on this data and it would bring whatever data is in the column shelf to the row shelves, and same with the row shelf from column shelf. Now, if you don't want to use this shortcut, there is this Control W shortcut on the keyboard which you can do to do the swapping. This is very essential when you are dealing with a huge amount of data. Let's say the next sheet, I'm trying to create a different kind of visualization. This time I'm having the categories, the subcategories, and also the profit which is being shared by them. Now, right now I'm having this in the form of the text table. If I want to change it, let's say to the bar graph, I'll use the show me menu to change it. Now you can see now I am having these multiple values over here. What if I now want to swap these values? It would be very time consuming for me if I'm having multiple more dimensions and measures over here. So to perform this operation, the simplest way would be to click on this button which says swap rows and columns, and it would then change the values between the rows and column shell. You can again use keyboard shortcut Control W to swap these values. And this is the way in which you can swap your data. So this was all for swapping the data. In the next session, we'll be talking about a different terminology in Tab. Thank you.